You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now at 7, two area high school students are diving into the world of AI. Our very own Dow Quick is going to share the ambition of these two students.
Also, residents in Baxter Springs came together over the weekend for a friendly game of softball.
And it's going to be another hot day across the area and potentially dangerous heat once again. We'll have a look at that forecast, get you out the door, coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Elise Noe.
And I'm Chris Warner. It's just after 7 a.m. on this Monday morning. It's July. No, it's not. It's June the 17th.
Yeah, yes it is.
Yes,
it's just flying by. Almost said flowing by. But
see, it's July 17th and it's just flowing right on by. You can tell it's Monday here in the 4 states. You can go. Trevor's over there. He's giving us a big thumbs down.
You know what?
That's all right.
That's okay.
It's
okay.
That's what a Monday is.
It certainly is, yes.
Well, there's a couple of teenagers, though, in Pittsburgh who are getting a couple of big thumbs up here.
Yes, and those two Pittsburgh teens are diving into the world of artificial intelligence by starting their own business. One of them, Noah Niederklein, just graduated from Pittsburgh High School and is heading to Concordia University in the fall.
Yeah, the other one, sorry, I'm skipping ahead here. The other one is actually our very own Tanya Bach's son, Dominic Bach, and he'll be a senior next year. KOAM's Dow Quick has their story.
Ever since like November and the big like ChatGPT large language model AI wave hit, I've been really enthralled in that and using it for not only like personal uses but also educational uses.
Education and AI technology. It's a murky combination few have ventured, but it's exactly where Dominic Bach and Noah Niederklein are headed. Through the Pittsburgh High School Launch Program, the pair started working with Pitsco Education, helping the company launch its drone maker and Luma products. Dominic then recruited Noah to join him on his AI dream, working with Pitsco to develop AI technology that would give every student an individualized learning experience, one that would stimulate students like himself who aren't challenged in the typical classroom.
And then on the flip side, you also have students on the lower end who are being left behind.
We just think that's really important for all students to have the opportunity to have that power and control over how they learn.
So how does it work?
In our system, that teacher role is replaced by a large language model, and whenever the student has a question or a concern, they can ask the large language model and talk to them, and the large language model is going to act as a teacher and work them through the content and really just help them learn.
But as it's doing that, it's also learning.
One amazing example that we had is, say Tommy, he has like a baseball game coming up, and he talks to his AI and tells him that he has this baseball game coming up.
Dominic and Noah's technology will remember that detail and connect the dots.
The AI is going to then notify the teacher, say, oh, hey, Tommy, he has a baseball game coming up, and I noticed his academic performance is dropping in correlation with that. I think there's a correlation between those two things. You should talk to him about that and figure out what's going on. And that's really the core of what we want to do. We want to keep teachers involved in the students' lives and make sure the teacher is acting as sort of a mentorship type role.
We're not completely taking the teacher out of the picture and replacing them with the AI. The AI is becoming an assistant, a tool that the teacher uses to help them with their job.
With Pitsco on board, Dominic's AI dream is gaining ground.
The next step in terms of our partnership with Noah and Dominic is to take our learning management system that's called Synergy, that is utilized all over the United States in classrooms in all 50 states, and be able to start embedding artificial intelligence components into it and be able to help Noah and Dominic tweak their systems, be able to pilot test and beta test with some of our closest customers, and really start to join the wave of artificial intelligence.
Right now, the educational system, as it currently stands, just doesn't really work. There's no other way to put it. I believe that it needs something significant to stir it up and make some big waves, and I think this is what that can be.
making waves that have the potential to revolutionize the education system in America. Reporting in Pittsburgh, Dow Quick, KOAM News.
In 5 years, both Dominic and Noah hope to expand their AI tech into other systems like Canvas and Blackboard.
Certainly very interesting how AI is evolving, and when it's used in a positive way, it can do some great things and help augment things that we do every day.
Certainly, and it's important also to teach kids how to properly use it.
Yes, that's going to be a key. Not teaching them how to use it to, create fake phone calls and messages and all sorts of things. Use it the right way to help us, not to scare us.
Absolutely.
No Terminator business here.
No
Terminator business here. All right, let's take a look at how hot it's going to get. And we're first going to start with this. This is a live look from our camera on top of the Cornell complex, and it's in downtown Joplin. You can see the flags on City Hall blowing around out there because it's going to be a bit breezy today. South winds gusting 25, maybe 30 miles an hour. So it's a warm breeze. It's like, when you're making pizza in the oven, you open the oven and then just the heat comes out. Not quite that intense, but I think you get the idea. It won't be cool, but at least it's a breeze. Otherwise, clear skies out there. MoDOT camera 32nd and range line. As you can see, clear skies there as well. Ample sunshine. And as we look at the future track, less than 5% chance of rain. That's what we're saying, because it does show one stray shower, and then later in the day, it does show the opportunity for maybe another stray shower, but as you can see, that's it, and even what shows up is very short-lived. Otherwise, we're talking highs, upper 80s, low 90s, heat index values, upper 90s, lower 100s, and mostly clear skies through the day. Temperatures already off to a warm start. Cassville, you were the cool spot at 70. Now you're catching up with the rest of us as we continue to climb into the mid to upper 70s. Again, those highs, upper 80s, low 90s, heat index values could be dangerous again, upper 90s, lower 100s, mostly clear skies, south winds occasionally gusting upwards of 25 to 30 miles an hour. We do have a little bit of relief on the way, some slightly better rain chances over the next couple of days, and again, a brief pause in the heat. We'll take a look at the details on that in the full forecast here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, we'll see you soon, Chris. Well, just before 1 p.m. yesterday, reports of a structure fire at former XXX Midnight Video in the 3100 block of South Prosperity Avenue alerted 911. Joplin and Denaweg Fire responded, and Joplin Fire Station 7 is within sight of the building and reported smoke visible. Firefighters ran lines and made entry, finding no one inside or outside the vacant building. The fire was under control quickly, and Jasper County deputies arrived to begin an investigation of the fire. About 4:15 p.m., reports of a cattle hauler overturned on the K-166 curve west of Baxter Springs, Kansas, which alerted Cherokee County 911. Baxter Springs Police, Cherokee County deputies, Baxter Springs Fire, and A&B responded on scene. There was a K-66 tractor trailer overturned to the right off the roadway. One lane westbound was closed and the driver was not injured. Baxter Springs Fire responded with their brush truck, cooling the cows down as the trailer was being cut open. We have an update over the weekend from the family of Sydney Weston, the 8-year-old Carl Junction native who died on a plane last week. The family has released a picture of Sydney and a statement. A GoFundMe has also been established to benefit the Weston family. The statement saying, "Our hearts are shattered by the devastating loss of our precious daughter. We request privacy and respect as we cope with this profound grief. We found the words to honor Sydney the best we could right now." Well, people in Baxter Springs are hitting the ball fields to play for a good cause. KOAM's Samantha Walker has more on how each swing of a bat is helping keep the community fields open.
As the hot sun beats down on the 19th Street ball fields in Baxter Springs, players of all ages step up to bat, ready to support a good cause.
We have local teams, local kids teams that practice out here, and without that, they wouldn't have anywhere else to practice. It's just good to keep them going. It's good for the community.
Field manager Michael Schutz is organizing a series of charity softball games, raising money to help upgrade and maintain the fields. One goal they have is to replace the lighting, which they say will allow the fields to better serve the community.
We're hoping to reach $1,500. That'll replace all the fuses on the lights and get them going so we can tell what we need to do from there to get them working.
Chase Price is one of the players to take to the field in support of the fundraiser. He says these fields are special to him because it's where he first got his start in softball.
We need lights to stay on. We need the fields to be worked. So we come together here and kind of do it together. Mike runs the show, but we all kind of come together and just help out. So the more we have coming out here to help, the better it is.
For those who are taking the field in these softball games, they say win or lose, they know they're helping a good cause.
Seeing the community out here, it means a lot. You got a lot of things that the community don't come out for, so seeing them come out for this, it's awesome.
Reporting in Baxter Springs, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
Organizers are planning to hold another charity softball tournament in July. All proceeds will continue to go to field upgrades. Well, coming up next, Sarah Runyon from the city of Pittsburgh invites you to Pittsburgh to help celebrate the city. Sarah Runyon from the city of Pittsburgh joins us this morning, and she wants to invite you to the Pittsburgh celebration of 620 Day. Welcome to you. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. So can you talk to me about what 620 Day is?
Well, 620 Day is an annual celebration we started about 5 years ago, and it's just a great excuse to celebrate our downtown and bring some more people down. So the idea came, the inspiration came from other cities that do this. Think about Denver 303 Day. They have a celebration in honor of their area code. So it's a nod to our area code, but also helps people remember June 20th. And the annual celebration that we have. And
so it's on June 20th every single year.
That's right. Yep.
Okay, wonderful. And so this is going to be a downtown block party, but you're also going to be having a sidewalk sale. Can you talk to me a little bit about both those events and just how they're going to bring the community together?
For sure. So it's a great opportunity for our local businesses to do sales and specials throughout the day. So we have about 18 retailers and restaurants in the downtown that are either doing a special offer, or they're doing a drawing in their business, or they're doing a sale on a specific merchandise to draw some people downtown. So that's happening throughout the day and during their business hours. Some of them are opening late as well. And then at the end of the day, we cap it all off with a block party from 5 to 8 p.m. at 2nd and Broadway.
Wonderful. And then this is a family event. So there's going to be kids activities and lots of vendors. Can you talk to me just specifically about who's all going to be there and what families can expect?
Well, we're so excited about how this event has grown. We have about 47 businesses and local organizations that are participating in the block party this year, which is overwhelming, but it's really exciting. So we're going to have we're going to have over a dozen food vendors. We're going to have an obstacle course and a bounce house. We're going to have some face painting. We're going to have the fire truck and the dare car there. Lots of really fun, free stuff for kids to do.
Absolutely,
but also we're really excited about the arts and crafts vendors this year. We have over 15 arts and crafts vendors that have signed up this year that will be selling some of their art. We'll have sidewalk chalk. We'll just have a really great time, and there's something for everybody at this event.
Absolutely wonderful. It sounds like a great time. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. And just a reminder that 620 Day is this Thursday, June 20th, starting at 5 p.m. We'll be back with more of the KOAM Morning News after this.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. 7:18 now on this Monday morning. We're taking a live look from our camera on top of the Cornell Complex, downtown Joplin. Clear skies and a bit breezy. It's a warm breeze, but at least there's some kind of wind out there. MoDOT camera 32nd and range line in Joplin. Again, nothing but clear skies out there. And as we head south down into Neosho, MoDOT camera there at 60 and 59. Obviously, very clear skies, ample sunshine. Our rain chances today, honestly, less than 5%, but the future track is showing a couple of short-lived, brief showers possible. Otherwise, we're mostly clear. We are hot and we are dry, and it's going to be another day of potentially dangerous heat out there. We'll have a few clouds overnight as well. Then by Tuesday, we have a slightly better chance of a few more scattered showers, maybe a couple of thunderstorms. You saw a few in southeast Kansas in the morning. As we end the afternoon and evening, a few more. And then along and east of I-49, some slightly better brief chances of some rainfall out there as well. well. Otherwise, again, hot and dry with just a few more clouds. Then as we head into our Wednesday, initially we're mostly clear, then clouds increase, and we see slightly better chances yet of some scattered showers, maybe again a couple of thunderstorms out there. No severe weather expected, but it will give us a momentary break in this dangerous heat that we've been through the last several days. UV index today is a 10. That's very high. That puts burn time at 10 minutes. So make sure that you are taking precautions. You got the sunscreen, your sunglasses. Limit your time outdoors as you can. Here's our heat risk over the next few days. So we have the moderate to major. So the moderate, again, we're looking at heat index values upper 90s to right around 100. And then when we get into the major, that's that 100 to 105 degree range for heat index values. Now, as we head into Tuesday, again, a few more clouds, maybe a couple of rain showers. That does reduce it slightly. Still a lot of moderate, a little bit of major, and some minor showing up. But by Wednesday, between the clouds and slightly better rain chances, a lot more of that minor heat risk. And that'll actually even carry into Thursday. However, again, it is short-lived. By Friday, the moderate risk starts to return across a broader portion. As we head into the weekend, we're back to moderate to major heat risk out there again with those dangerous heat index values. So it'll be a brief pause. Some quick tips on things you can do, of course, to keep yourself, your pets, your family safe. 1, early morning walks with your pets. Otherwise, make sure they're indoors. I know a lot of them like to spend time outside, but it's best that they're indoors during this heat. Keep kids hydrated, water, Pedialyte pops, and of course, limit their time outdoors. It stinks for them. I know they want to play outside, they want to run, but it's better to be safe than sorry. For those that do have to work outside, make sure you're finding shade, taking breaks, and staying hydrated. And of course, like kids, elderly, very vulnerable to this kind of heat, so make sure you're checking in on them as well. Quick look at temperatures in Joplin. Of course, the clear skies, 76. South-southeast breeze at 9. We'll see those gusts again, upwards of 25 to 30 miles an hour. Warming up out there. We got some low 70s still, but a lot more mid-upper 70s. Yates Center, one of the warmer spots at 78. Sunny skies as we go through the morning. Mid-80s by 11 o'clock. Ahead of those highs again, upper 80s and low 90s. We'll continue with the heat. Get that break on Wednesday into Thursday, and then it'll return as we head into the weekend. That's a check of your forecast. We're back with more right after this.
Well, if you ride a motorcycle and are looking to ride for a good cause, then you should make plans to ride in the Robbie Memorial Run this Saturday. Claude Shu, one of the organizers, is with us this morning to share the details of what riders can expect. Welcome to you. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. So can you talk to me about this memorial run that's happening on Saturday and a little bit of the history behind it?
Well, Robbie was my oldest son. He's an over-the-road trucker, and he was killed in an industrial accident at a place up in Minnesota where he was driving. And so my daughter is the same age as my son was when he was killed, 30, and she wanted to do something to try to help other truckers. And so the money that we raise is going towards St. Christopher's Truckers Relief, which is a national organization, and we just want to have people to have some fun and do for a good cause.
Absolutely. And so, can you talk to me just a little bit more about just where the proceeds will be going to and what specifically it will benefit? And it's a great cause what we're remembering for this event.
Right. St. Christopher's Truckers Relief has been around probably 10 years.
Okay.
Founded out of a doctor out of Tennessee who saw that truckers had a lot of issues that were kind of falling through the cracks.
Right.
And so the money will go to just anything and everything that involves their families, truckers' families, whether they can't pay a bill because of an illness or they can't do this or that.
Absolutely.
Health issues are a problem with truckers. And so that's what we're doing. And we're doing it something that we could give back to the community. My son was one who always believed in giving back and helping other people, and this is our way of doing that.
Absolutely, keeping him alive through that spirit of giving back. And so this event is on Saturday, and can you talk to me a little bit about the ride, where it will start, where it will end?
It starts in Parsons at the Peach truck stop there. We will drive from there to Fredonia to another Peach truck stop.
Okay.
And then from there we take the back way to Chanute to a Love's truck stop, and then we will go from there to a Pete's in Thayer, and then we'll end up in one of the two churches that I serve as the pastor there at Faith United Methodist Church in Parsons, and then we'll have a dinner there to raise some more money, some baskets to raffle off or to buy tickets for to raffle off, and just any way we can try to make a little extra money for the event, we're trying to do it as a family. My wife will be cooking, my daughter and me will be on the ride, so it's kind of a family event.
Yes, absolutely wonderful,
yeah.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being with us this morning. And the Robbie Memorial Run, as mentioned, is on June 22nd and will start in Parsons, Kansas. You can call 405-255-3981 for more information, and we'll of course have all this information later on our website, KOAMNewsNow.com. We'll be right back with more news and weather after this.
The interview set for the 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. The time is 7:30. I'm Elise Snowy. Just after 10:45 p.m. Saturday night, reports of a motorcycle and car collision at 11th and Rangeline alerted Joplin 911. Joplin Fire, Joplin Police, and Met's ambulance were dispatched on scene. A southbound custom motorcycle had struck a passenger car that pulled into the path of the bike. Joplin police say that everyone involved refused medical care and southbound traffic was diverted for about 60 minutes. One day after hosting their ranch rodeo event, the Lamar Saddle Club is putting on a play day for local cowboys and cowgirls. The play day is a way for people and their horses to bond and practice for competition. Events to practice include barrel racing, poles, flags, and more.
Fun watching the kids participate and how they learn. We're starting them out slow and they do it at their own speed. Just have a good time. Main thing is have a good time.
The day was $2 per event per person. Well, many times people find themselves pulling all-nighters, but Pineville residents pulled an all-nighter to take the fight to cancer with a Relay for Life. The overnight event included a silent auction, live music, raffles, and much more. All funds from the event went to the American Cancer Society, and organizers say those funds will then be allocated to those in need.
It pays for housing, so if your child needs to go and have radiation and you are 3 or 4 hours away from the facility, it pays for your housing to stay at there, and it also pays for the gasoline. So they have a shuttle that takes you from the hospital back to your facility or your house for the time being, back to the hospital and back and forth for the extended time of your treatment.
This is the first Relay for Life event held in Pineville in 20 years. While partly cloudy skies weren't the only thing you were able to see over Pittsburgh Saturday. The second annual Kite Festival was held, and not only could community members go and see some of the bigger kites, but it also allowed for cultural exchange.
This is our Indian culture. Like we used to welcome the spring with the Kite Festival. So I want to share the culture with the American people because we have lots of Indian also. So we are celebrating together and make a one community.
Every attendee was provided with a free kite. Now here's Chris with a look at the forecast.
Yeah, we've got another hot day out there for us. Already starting out clear and warm. MoDOT camera 32nd and Rangeline. Sunny skies, ample sunshine. Temperatures warming up pretty quickly. We have really a less than 5% chance of rain today. But as you can see on the future track, it does pick up on a couple of stray showers being possible. The overall chances are relatively low. The rest of us, mostly clear skies. Highs today, upper 80s, low 90s out there. And we'll stay that way as we head into the evening hours. Again, with just a few passing clouds. Temperatures this morning, again, already on the warm up. We've got mid-upper 70s for a good portion of us. Check out Yates Center, for example. It's 78 degrees. A little cooler still to the south and east, some low 70s, so enjoy it while it lasts because all of us on the way to highs into the upper 80s and low 90s. As we mentioned, a few stray clouds here and there. The other thing will be the heat index values, upper 90s and the low 100s out there, so still dangerous heat. Make sure you're taking precautions. Make sure you're staying hydrated. We do have some better rain chances steadily increasing over the next couple of days. That'll give us at least a momentary pause in some of this unpleasant heat across the area. We'll break down the details on those rain chances in the full forecast here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right. Thanks, Chris. Well, as the Northeast prepares for a massive heat wave, a lot of people are no doubt making plans to head to the beach, as they may be safer than usual when they hit the water this year. As CB Cotton tells us, more communities have begun using drones to monitor beaches for shark sightings or swimmers in distress.
Fox weather meteorologists predict upcoming scorching temps will set daily records from the Midwest to the Northeast. The upcoming heat wave is expected to peak on Thursday, making it really dangerous for those who can't get access to cooling or stay hydrated. We're expecting droves of people to flock to the beach to beat the extreme heat. Speaking of beaches, at ones across the country, first responders have started using drones in recent years to monitor for coastal erosion, shark sightings, or swimmers in distress. Here in the Northeast, the NYPD is using more than 30 drones at city beaches. Each one is equipped with an intercom system to let swimmers know help is on the way, and the drones can also drop rescue tubes.
That is a drop device where we can drop it in the water if there's a distressed swimmer. So they're able to, it's activated once it hits the water, and they're able to jump on the rescue tube, and they have until the lifeguards can get out there for them.
In the coming weeks, NYPD hopes to increase its fleet of drones so officers are prepared for any potential emergency on beaches this summer. In New York, CB Cotton, Fox News.
And that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. Home interest rates have been going up, but so has other expenses. We'll have the details on the rising cost of homeownership.
Stars and Stripes sale.
And Consumer Watch this morning, trust funds for two major health and benefit programs for Americans are in trouble and could see payment reductions in a decade. The head actuaries for both Social Security and Medicare say trust funds providing the safety nets for the programs could be depleted in about 10 years. Congress is seeking a bill for bipartisan fiscal commission to stabilize national finances that include the two programs. The bill hasn't yet been considered by the full House. Well, gas prices this summer could have vacationers feeling good at home on the range. Gas Buddy experts say the national average for gas this summer should be staying between $3.25 to $3.75 per gallon. That compares favorably to a year ago when the national average was $3.49. The current national average is $3.44 according to AAA. However, one price analysis warns that the U.S. does not currently have excess supply to withstand much distribution. Well, Boeing is scrambling to fix a new problem on one of its state-of-the-art wide-body planes. The multinational company is investigating whether some fuselage fasteners on undelivered 787 Dreamliner planes were incorrectly installed. The company says the potential problem was discovered in routine quality checks, and the FAA is investigating the issue with Boeing. Quality control issues heightened with Boeing when a door plug came off an Alaska Airlines flight on January 5th. As owning a home becomes more costly for many Americans, mortgage payments aren't the only thing on the rise. The hidden cost of homeownership are also surging, and reporter Michael Yoshida shares more about what you need to know about these costs.
The price for owning a home rapidly rising. A new bank rate study finding U.S. homeowners are now paying on average a little more than $18,000 a year on expenses linked to owning and maintaining a home.
These are the things that aren't part of the price of the home. They're not part of your monthly principal and interest payment. These are the extras.
Things like utility bills and other expenses, property taxes, and the big one according to Bankrate, maintenance costs. All of which add up to higher hidden expenses compared to just 4 years ago.
Inflation overall was up 21% cumulatively, and the price or the cost of maintaining a home was up 26% according to our estimate.
Ostrowski says the goal of the survey was to raise awareness of these growing costs, particularly among first-time home buyers.
They've been scrimping and saving to get a down payment together. They finally qualified for the mortgage. They get to the closing table and they think, oh, we're at the finish line. But really, they're just at a starting line for another race, which is figuring out how to pay for these ongoing costs of homeownership.
Jennifer Branchini with the National Association of Realtors offers this advice: advanced inspections, getting a home warranty, taking a look at similar homes and their history of costs.
So that when they're looking at their overall budget and preparing an offer, that they're making sure they have those funds set aside for that.
In Washington, I'm Michael Yoshida reporting.
And those are our top consumer stories. Now here are the market prices before the opening bell.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 7:44 now on this Monday morning. And this is a live shot from our camera on the Cornell Complex downtown Joplin. We've seen just a couple of clouds here and there. Otherwise, the skies are clear. MoDOT camera 32nd in range line showing sunny skies as well, and definitely sunny down in Neosho. The MoDOT camera there at 60 and 59 as folks get their day underway. Our rain chances today, less than 5%, but the future track is hinting at least at a brief possibility of a shower or two. But as you see, anything we see is going to be extremely isolated and very short-lived. Outside of that, mostly clear skies, hot again today, and we'll see a few clouds overnight tonight into our Tuesday. However, Tuesday does begin something that will be short but helpful. We're going to start to see a little relief from the heat. Not a lot, but a little. And you'll see partly cloudy skies Tuesday, and then we could see a couple of additional isolated showers, maybe a couple of thunderstorms, better chances for slightly more organized activity east of I-49 later in the evening, and that dies out pretty quickly. Wednesday, though, we're going to see a few more clouds out there. That's going to keep temperatures just a pinch lower, and as we head into the afternoon and evening hours, slightly better chances of a few more showers and thunderstorms across the area. Not expecting anything severe, and as you see, even though these will last into the evening, they will be short-lived, unfortunately, but it should be just enough to give us a pause in this extreme heat, this unpleasant heat. It's not quite as crazy as it sounds. It's not quite extreme yet. We've experienced extreme heat in the past. We're not there, but it's still unpleasant and still dangerous. UV index today is a 10. That's very high. Burn time for unprotected skin, about 10 minutes. So again, take their precautions, make sure you're playing it safe, and if you can avoid being outdoors, especially for an extended period, definitely do so. Our heat risk potential, so the moderate here, we're talking heat index values today, mid-upper 90s, close to 100, and in the red zone, that's major. That's where those heat index values go from 100 to 105. Now Tuesday, again, we see a little relief, some minor out there, still quite a bit of moderate across the area. By Wednesday and Thursday, that's our best break from at least those higher humidity and dew point levels, and with the cloud cover and at least some opportunities for rain, at this point, bringing our heat risk down to minor. But as we head into the upcoming weekend, by Friday, moderate beginning to overspread the area. And there comes that major again by Saturday. So as heat index values back up, upper 90s, lower 100s across the area. So some quick tips on how you can keep yourself, your pets, your family safe. Make sure you're doing early morning walks with your pets. Keep them indoors otherwise. Same with the kids. Not the early morning walks part, but keep them indoors. Make sure they're staying hydrated. Water, Pedialyte pops. If you have to work outside, find shade, take breaks, make sure you're staying hydrated. And of course, elderly and children, both susceptible to the heat. Make sure you're checking on them as well. Quick look at temperatures. Again, clear skies out there. 76 in Joplin, south-southeast breeze at 9. And around the area, we're all starting to warm up. Low 70s for some, more mid-upper 70s out there. We'll be sunny through the morning. Again, maybe a few clouds out there. Those highs, upper 80s, low 90s. And we'll get that break from the heat Wednesday. Maybe a few isolated storms Thursday. And the heat returns by this weekend. That's Check Your Forecast. We're back with more right after this.
Well, drones are used in almost every industry, from taking photos from a bird's eye view to finding missing people. Now, drones are also making an impact in agriculture.
It's something one local farming family says makes their job safer and more precise. Rachel Law explains how they're using the groundbreaking technology.
This year is the third summer the Pointer family has been using drones to spray fungicide on their crops. After seeing the positive effects, they are now encouraging other farmers to use them as well.
It's been a lot of positive feedback.
For those they've dealt drones to, the Pointers have only heard good things. Many of their neighbors are now using similar technology on their own farms after seeing the success the Pointers have had. The drones are controlled with a remote that sets the field boundaries and sprays more precisely than a plane or a helicopter would be able to. They are also safer than a plane flying low to the ground.
Whenever we're using them on our own ground, you know, a lot of neighbors enjoy that they stay inside the field boundary, and just a little less nerve-wracking for them, I think, than a plane, you know, close to their house or flying above them.
For the world of agriculture, technology like this is game-changing. It allows farmers to do things more cost-effectively and more timely. When a crop needs sprayed, they can just do it without having to hire someone else. But the use of new technology in farming is just getting started.
I think some more autonomous equipment is probably definitely coming, whether, you know, everybody wants it or not. It's the way of the future, probably.
While the drones have one main purpose right now, the Pointer family is hopeful for the continued growth of this kind of technology.
Certainly interesting. And drone technology is one of those things, it's expanding as we're learning more and more about what we can load them with, what we can do with them. So lots of great benefits out there for folks with those.
It'll be interesting to see what they come up with next.
Absolutely. We've got ourselves another hot day out there. Let's start with a quick look one more time outside at the camera on top of the Cornell Complex, downtown Joplin. If you look off to the northeast by the Frisco building there, you can see some clouds, and that's how today will be. A few stray clouds here and there. Then we turn back to the northwest with the MoDOT camera 32nd in range line. Skies are clear. We have a less than 5% chance of rain today. As you can see, future track showing maybe a couple of isolated, short-lived showers out there. Otherwise, it is going to be another hot one. Temperatures already on the rise across the region. Still some low 70s, but a lot more mid-upper 70s. Take a look now at Chautauqua, Miami, both at 79 degrees, and it's not even quite 8 o'clock yet. Highs today going into the upper 80s and low 90s. Mostly clear skies. South winds gusting upwards of 25, 30 miles an hour. They'll do that for the next couple of days and into the overnight hours tonight as well. On top of that, heat index values today, we're talking upper 90s, low 100s out there, so make sure you're staying hydrated, taking frequent breaks. Our UV index is at a 10. That's very high. You've got to just make sure you're protecting yourself, your family, and your pets with this heat across the area. We'll have another look at your forecast and the news you need to know right after this.
Here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. A structure fire was reported just before 1 p.m. yesterday at former XXX Midnight Video in the 3100 block of South Prosperity Avenue. Joplin and Denawake fire teams responded to the 911 call, and firefighters ran lines and made entry, finding no one inside or outside the vacant building. Jasper County deputies arrived to begin an investigation of the fire. Joplin first responders were called to a report of a motorcycle and car collision at 11th and Rangeline Saturday night. It was discovered that a custom motorcycle had struck a car that had pulled into its path. Joplin police say that everyone involved refused medical care, and southbound traffic was diverted for about 60 minutes. 8-year-old Sydney Weston passed away after becoming unresponsive during a flight from Joplin to Chicago. Preliminary autopsy findings are inconclusive after several studies, and there was no evidence of foul play and no signs of abuse or neglect. More tests are to come, but those could take up to 4 to 6 weeks. A GoFundMe has been created to help benefit the family.
And it's going to be another hot one today. Upper 80s, low 90s for our highs. Mostly clear skies. South winds gusting 25, 30 miles an hour today, tonight, and at least into tomorrow. Heat index values today, upper 90s, lower 100s. We'll stay clear through the evening, still very warm, and a mild overnight going back into the low 70s with mostly clear skies. A couple of isolated showers or storms possible tomorrow. A few more possible Wednesday and Thursday, still isolated though. We'll get a break in the heat Wednesday and Thursday, and then the heat will return as we head into the upcoming weekend.
It's going to be hot.
It is.
Alrighty. Well, officers and bystanders in Sebastopol, California put in heroic efforts to chase and capture an escaped piglet named Pickles. Police said they received calls about a piglet running in the roadway on Thursday afternoon, prompting a chase with officers and neighbors who described it as very fast and strong for an animal of its size.
Officers, along with bystanders, helped chase the little pig multiple city blocks until it was finally cornered, according to the department's Facebook page. Pickles was captured and reunited with its mother. Boy, he is really hauling, isn't he?
It looks like he's running all the way home.
I'm done.
I think so.
That's it. We're over. We'll see you back here at noon.
Have a great rest of your day.